All righty. Well, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night Collaborating Connections Professional Networking Meeting. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I am the leader of the group. We meet every Tuesday night, unless otherwise noted, building stronger relationships, sharing information about our businesses, and thinking of robust referrals to share amongst our membership. We are an industry exclusive group, meaning that there is only one member from each industry represented, but we have several industries currently open that are not represented amongst our membership, and we're looking forward to meeting you. So if you happen to be viewing a recording of this meeting, please feel free to reach out to us either through TTR Networking or our Collaborating Connections Facebook page. Let us know who you are and what you do, and we'll be happy to invite you to be a visitor at one of our future meetings. TTR Networking has been around for the past 10 years, and Collaborating Connections has been an active group within the TTR to the Rescue networking umbrella for the past 4.5 years. When the COVID pandemic hit and we were sheltering in place, we started to do our meetings virtually via Zoom calls rather than in person. And that has allowed us to connect to so many more wonderful professionals across the United States, coast to coast, and even abroad. So we look forward to meeting new people, hearing about your business, and if you're interested, being a part of the Collaborating Connections family. So that's a little bit about the organization. What we do generally on a weekly basis is start out talking about wins for the past week, any good information, new information amongst our attendees. We do roundtable introductions of each business and business professional in order that we have an opportunity to get to know each other better, listen to elevator pitches, and also everybody gets to communicate who is that referral that you are currently looking for. You get to describe them, whether it's a particular industry group or economic subset, age group, a particular interest, anything of that nature. And after our introductions, we also have some professional development discussion. That may be centered around our monthly topic. And for the month of April, since today is April 19th, our topic for April is accountability. We've been talking about accountability for the last couple of weeks, talking about the business goals that each of us have set for ourselves and voicing those items that we want to be held accountable for, that we are actively pursuing in our own businesses. And we'll discuss our progress with those accountability goals tonight. Additionally, I wanted to talk about communicating accountability, how we can more effectively do that, communicating with ourselves, communicating with our accountability partners or mentors, and then how we can better communicate our accountability to the community, which may be our clients, our friends, and those that are observing us in social media and in person. So we'll look forward to that discussion. With that being said, I want to go ahead and open up the floor for anybody to share any of their wins or positive notes or pieces of useful information that that they want to share with the group. Anything going on?
I just placed my order for Damsel in Defense, thanks to Jennifer for reminding me what her name was.
You were multitasking right there and got
Whoa,
that done.
whoa.
You're amazing.
I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, oh my gosh, memory.
Well, all right. All right.
But that's what networking's all about, guys. So there you go. We all come to this platform and just happens that hadn't thought about that for a while and you asked and it got it back in the forefront of my mind. And I'm glad we could work that out for you. That worked out. Glad to hear it.
Very cool.
That's
Any
very
other
good.
wins?
Any other wins? I think I may have found the right musicians to play for me.
Well, all
Which-
right.
Funny if somebody is listening, they're probably like, what is she talking about? Yeah, I am looking for musicians and I kind of reached out and found them and now I'm crazy. So lots of good, lot of good people out there, actually. That's the thing. So.
Did you put feelers out through social media or how did you?
Well,
did you
there's
react?
actually question. There's actually what's it called? It's called, well, there's a couple different channels and you know, I tell everybody you can't sit on it and wait for it to happen. You got to make it happen. So I was out there I didn't really put it out on social media as much as I just reached out through a couple people that were connections that I thought might have, and they did. So it worked out. And but I've been sharing, I think I shared a couple of weeks ago, I have a big event in July that I'm trying to work toward, and that's a pretty big deal. So, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of resources out there, but when you start looking, it's like some people are just not what you want. So you have to be able to, I get really excited. Anybody I meet that does anything along the lines of what I want, it's like, oh yes, I'll hire you. And then I'm like, what am I doing? I can only hire one or two of these people. So anyway, but thank you for asking. Yes, I will keep people posted.
All right. Very good.
Yes. Thanks.
Anything going on with you, Paul? Any wins?
I got some looking at lots that they're thinking about building. And but we've been all over the place and they really need to narrow down what they got in mind, because we're in 3 different counties and
Oh, wow.
looking at a lot of different types of lots and all that. And they're kind of all over the board, but it's been keeping me busy and they're serious. They're going to buy something. So I just got to help them find it and figure out what they want to do.
Cool.
Mhm.
Good. Well, best of luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure that you're also at 3 different counties gaining some knowledge for your tool belt as well while you're
Right.
going
Yeah,
through
all
the
the driving
experience.
around, I'm seeing the different neighborhoods and where they are still unbuilt lots and which ones are full and all that. It's good to see a lot of areas I haven't been in for a while. So I'm driving around. A lot of things happened around Indy in the last, several years. Obviously, there's been a lot of new development everywhere. So these
Awesome.
places I haven't been in for a long time, it's cool to see how much they've built up.
Yeah. All righty. Let's see, on my end, I had a girlfriend of mine identify to me a chocolate festival that is scheduled for later this month. I think even though it's kind of short notice, I may turn this into a travel opportunity as well. It is in southern Indiana, so we may create a day trip around this chocolate festival opportunity down in Jeffersonville. So of course, a lot of people that know me well know that I am a serious chocolate lover, and I also love travel. So when I get a chance to marry two of my interests, that's always pretty exciting for me. So I'll be posting that on my travel website. That's my win. I'm gonna go ahead and transition into any updates with TTR Networking. Jennifer Johnson, do you have anything to share with us?
We have everybody on this call right now. Obviously, anybody that's listening might not be, but we have a couple different live networking opportunities that are coming up that have been scheduled. One is on the, sorry, I'm looking at the calendar. One is on Friday, the 6th of May. It's from 3 to 5, and it's at the Pinheads in Noblesville, Fishers area. And that's a networking event where there's a number of different groups that are going to be there. That did get confirmed, so that was kind of exciting. And then we have an event on Thursday, it's the next week, May 12th. This is for all of our local members that want to get back out and meet some people. That is on Thursday, May 12th, and it's from 5 to 7 at the Movable Feast, which is at like 65th and Binford. It's actually down on 65th a little bit, but we do have it out on our website, and I know we've got it. I think we've put it out on social media. You do not need to register, but just it'd be nice if people, well, I don't know how we look. We are going to have some food, and then if you decide that you want to drink, there is alcohol available, but I'm not going to buy that. So, but that is, the event is open, or the venue is open and until 7. So we're doing it on the 12th. The week before we had thought about doing, and now with the other event on the 6th, I think it's kind of nice because we can invite people to join us, hopefully on the 12th of May. But we're just doing like a kickoff to summer, just time to have, just kind of have some fun, I hope. So it's a very eclectic, I've used that word to describe it a few times, very eclectic location. Or it's just a really neat, it's a big warehouse that they've kind of made into, there's a kitchen and different things in the back, and they make everything fresh. And it's just a really nice, nice place to go in, just kind of kick back and, probably meet some new people. And there's not going to be a real agenda. I just hope that people will, show up and meet some new people. So
Cool.
And that, yes. And then I don't know if anybody on this call will be able to do it, but on Thursday, April 28th at 9 a.m. in the morning, we are doing the referral runway with Tony Olson, who's going to be on a 9 o'clock call, and we can send out the link to that. I think it's on our social media. That's really for our members who are not sure about the referral runway, or maybe have some basic questions. I think maybe I mentioned that last week. But it is, and I have not asked him yet, Dawn, about this group. And it is 5 o'clock his time, so it might actually be it might be convenient for him. But I don't know if you want me to reach out, or were you going to do that?
I'll reach out to him. I'll be happy to. But as well, I'll post the April 28th on the Collaborating Connections page.
Thank you.
Just in case that fits as a better time for discussion for anyone. I know Paul is one of our newest members. You might be interested in either attending that April 28th, or I am going to invite him to come speak to Collaborating Connections Group. And because it's a new resource for all of us, still relatively new for even the seasoned members, it would be a really good opportunity to explore all the things that Referral Runway can do, and how best to utilize it. So I'm recommending that for everyone.
I'm looking forward to seeing the movable feast. I've been wanting to go in there and see it. I haven't been inside it yet. So
It's a really cool place, Paul. It's really cool. Very cool. Food's all very fresh, and our Broad Ripple group meets there on Wednesdays at noon. So we were trying to find a location to do something, and it was like, oh, well, let's do it there. So we're gonna.
They're not at Knights of Columbus anymore.
No, they are not. Once the pandemic hit, they went to Zoom, but they were kind of rebels and gave that up very quickly. But nope, we never really went back to the Knights of Columbus after that. And they found the movable feast and really liked it. So, and then once a month they go to the beer brewery, which is down the road, just down literally just a building away. And they do that as a happy hour on Wednesdays, the first Wednesday of the month. So they do lunch and then they do a happy hour on the one week. So yeah, they really like that whole area right there. And hopefully the weather will be wonderful and we'll be able to be outside and all that kind of stuff. So
that sounds fantastic.
It should be a fun, hopefully. Yeah, just kicking off summer. It's time to get on with this.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Okay.
And I want to remind all of our members, attendees, and those listening to the call recording that as the weather gets nicer too, please take the opportunity to visit other groups where your industry is not currently represented. Whether you can attend the quarterly speed networking luncheons, which are absolutely awesome. That gives you an opportunity to make connections with and get exposure to other TTR networking group businesses and members and non-members who may be attending. But, another good thing about checking out the Referral Runway is getting familiar with who's in the other groups, is your industry represented, and perhaps reaching out, seeing how you can mutually benefit from connections with individuals in other TTR networking groups. So just a reminder to take advantage of that. And the last thing that I can think of, TTR overall, Jennifer didn't mention, this weekend is the Choose to Move Parkinson's Walk that TTR Networking has a team for. And even if you are unavailable to participate in the actual walk, I noticed that they opened up a live auction is going on since last weekend. So you can log into the site and check out what they have available, which is really just a whole bunch of wonderful things, massages. I saw Notre Dame paraphernalia. I saw some entertainment packages. So I don't know, whatever you're interested in. I think there was an ice cream social type of package that they put together, but just to go check out and make a bid on something that helps a wonderful cause, which is the Indiana Parkinson's Foundation. And that's called the Choose to Move fundraiser. And I believe all of the information is out there on the TTR networking site. Did I miss anything about that?
No, actually, no, that was great. And that's you can do it virtually, you can do it there. So, I mean, there's still time to sign up. You just reminded me, I think I've got to sign my husband up. The other thing is, I completely forgot about it, but I did send out an email to all our members asking for a testimonial, a testimonial video with a link. It literally takes you seconds to do it. It doesn't go over a minute. So, I mean, it only gives you 50 seconds, I think, to actually record it. So I would just ask, if you didn't see that, please let me know. I think I might have sent it out to this group when I was on the call last week.
Okay.
Just to give that. So, and that would be, honestly, if somebody doesn't feel or doesn't, like Paul's not been around that long, I'm okay if you don't do it. I mean, I don't, but I think some of our more seasoned members, that have been around a while, if they don't feel inspired, I certainly want to know how I can, let's talk about it. Is there something we're not doing, or, something that we can do to make you more likely to want to do that? So, and then we're going to use it as part of our marketing on our website and different things. So I would just put it out there just to say, please, if you did get the email, if you didn't, let me know. We'll get you the email. So, and get you the link. So, okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jennifer. I still have to do that, but I certainly want to give a testimonial on behalf of TTR Networking. So
Thanks.
if you don't get it from me, you know that it absent-minded me, because that's my intention.
Well, that went over today or yesterday was really good. I was like, wow. So I told her today, I don't expect people to do that, obviously, unless they really need, really want to do that. But I would ask, please let me know if you didn't get it and you want to do it. Okay.
Awesome. All righty. Let's go ahead and move into our roundtable introductions. And Nancy Vesely, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. I'm Nancy Vesely, IHC Specialty Benefits, a local licensed health insurance agent out of Westfield, Indiana. Have health insurance. If you're just unemployed, you could possibly get it off the marketplace. Also have other short terms available. Life insurance, and I just sat through training on life insurance with living benefits, which if something happens, you can collect it when you're still alive.
Oh.
Which, it's funny as they tell you what it is, and it's like, oh, is that what it is? That's what it was. It's like,
yeah.
So I was going to see what we have and what it does to prices, because that, if for younger people, it would be something that would be well worth it, because normally young people can get insurance rather cheaply. And if it just bumps it up a little, I mean, long term, the odds of you getting either cancer, heart problems, or strokes are like 60% of everybody gets one of those three things. So it's like, and if it's running in your family, that would be an indication, well, maybe I should get something.
Awesome.
So that's it.
Very good. Do you want to talk about any of your, and I'm asking specifically, we've got a small group on tonight, but do you want to talk about any of your other endeavors?
My other endeavors, like my presentations?
Well, no, not about, we'll talk about that in professional development, but
Okay.
your legal shield or your pet insurance or
There you
your
go.
contracts with the metal purchases, anything like that.
There you go. That's it. Also have Legal Shield, prepaid legal insurance is available. It also helps you get your will, living will, simple. Power of attorney, all done for no additional cost. And we all need to have something in place for that. We know we do, but if we don't have it in early, everything ends up going to probate and see what people end up with. And a lot of times you have things you want to leave to people, and that's how you could possibly be doing that. Pet insurance, dogs and cats. Dogs, you got a 50% chance your dog's going to come down with cancer, especially if you're feeding kibble. So it's like, a lot of it's no brainer. I mean, you're going to have to deal with it at some point in time. And cats have kidney issues on kibble, known fact.
Huh.
So you need something to cover them.
All righty. Thank you, Nancy. Does anyone have any questions for Nancy Vesely? And
I actually do have a question. It's kind of a strange question though, Nancy. I've heard a lot about the living, not what you were talking about specifically, but you hear about it on TV all the time that there's different companies now that are offering to buy your insurance, your life insurance, which I guess would be kind of like buying, I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like buying a policy with the living benefit, but it's selling. I mean, life insurance truly is one of the few policies that you actually know that somebody's going to collect on, as long as they are aware of the policy. Is
Right.
that how they do it? I mean, is that why they can do that? Because, you know what I mean?
I know the other thing that came up is it would be a way to leave legacies to your family. If you buy
Right.
a life insurance policy, put it in their name, tax-free, they get it tax-free.
Okay.
So they're doing it just to transfer money into other generations.
Yeah.
But the example they had is someone ended up with cancer and he ended up collecting on the living part of it. So he was able to get additional treatment because some of that treatment gets really expensive really fast.
Right.
I mean, those chemo drugs are not cheap. And if you didn't have a good coverage to begin with, you're going to have out-of-pocket expenses.
Right. So it's just a matter, I mean, it just kind of across the board. Life insurance is almost always collected by somebody at some point. So it's just kind of getting it early, basically.
Are you saying you're hearing people advertising they would buy your life insurance for you?
Yes, no, not a person. There's a company. There's companies that will actually buy, and it's a life insurance company that says, and I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. I can't think of it. Next time I hear it I'll let you know what that. But I mean, they are saying even if you have term insurance, you should reach out to them. So I'm wondering, how does that work? You know what I mean? Because I don't know if they're not telling you that you have to be dying of a terminal illness or anything on those commercials. I kind of understand it from a company or a perspective of somebody, like your product that you're talking about with having the death benefit available when they're living, living. I kind of get that, but I've always wondered, how does this thing work? I just don't understand that exactly. But now that you're saying, I'm just wondering if it's just kind of across the board. I mean, there's different ways because most of the time people collect on life insurance. Most of the time, right? There's other policies you pay in thousands of dollars and you never use it or you never collect. But life insurance, as long as people know that it's out there, which is probably another part of the trick, is making sure people know, but you know what I mean? There's always somebody's going to collect at some point. So anyway, that was just kind of, I just wonder. Okay, but I'll let you know and
Yeah.
refer you back if I can figure. I'm sure I'll hear it in the next couple days. So, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. All righty. Are there any other questions for Nancy? All right, let's move on. Paul Hibbitt, are you ready to introduce yourself in your business?
Sure, sure. My name is Paul Hibbitt. I'm with Fox Group Realty, and I'm a real estate broker covering the Indianapolis metro area. And I'm available to help anybody who needs any help buying or selling homes or property. And I put my info in there earlier, and you guys, I think, all have it. And, anybody that has any friends or relatives or anybody that has questions or just curious to know how much their house is worth and all that, I'm available to help them.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. Do we have any questions for Paul Hibbitt concerning real estate sales or purchases?
I have a question, Paul, unrelated. Could you build a house cheaper than you could find one?
Not right now, I don't believe, because the builders are so inundated. The new housing has gone up quite a bit also, along with the the houses that are already built. And the big thing with the new houses is they're way a lot of them are over a year out before they can get your house built.
Uh-oh, Jennifer.
Don't be talking like that. Paul, they're laughing because we building a house, and I don't know if I shared that with you, but we are building a house and we started almost a year ago, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. But you know what? And I mean, you kind of said it, but the when we signed the contract on the house, the price on the base house has gone up $30,000 since we
Right.
signed that. So in a way, don't give me all the negatives, Paul. I don't want to know, but I just would say we feel like we've already made some money on it. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. I don't want to get, but the time frame that we were talking about that before you jumped on, Paul. So when Nancy said that, I felt like, oh yeah, she's just doing that for my but I if your clients that you're working with, there's not much out there, don't you think? I mean, you think they will build? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I think
thinking?
they're going to build, and then they're in the high price range, and the places they're looking are busy as can be. And I've told
Right.
them, if you sign a contract tomorrow, you'll be lucky if you're in there not this summer but the summer after next. The way these places are, and that they're just building them as fast as they can put them up.
Right. I do think that's, I know that they're the development we're part of out in Cicero. I know they're just, it's amazing how many houses they're working on right now out there.
Yeah.
And we bought almost a year ago, they were only releasing 4 lots at a time. And we thought, why are they doing that? Well, now on this end of it, it's like, oh, that's why they're doing that, because
Right.
now just overwhelmed. Although I think they're doing pretty well now. I said that today. We'll see what they tell us tomorrow. We're waiting for a window to get.
When is it supposed to be done?
The house we're supposed to close by the end of June. They had originally told us the end of March or April. Well, obviously, so we do not want to move twice if we don't have to. So I don't even want to, everybody send positive vibes. The law of attraction. Positive. So thank you. But yeah, Nancy, thanks a lot. It's okay.
All righty. Do we have any other questions for Paul? Paul, I remember you mentioning that you also have experience in home appraisals. And
Yes.
I want to say that for anyone who might be listening to the recording of this later, that's just an extra level of experience that you can offer your potential clients, that you have an eye for the details that you'd want to bring to the attention of a buyer, or even identify for a seller that's something that they might want to address to enhance the property in the transaction overall. So
Thank you for bringing that up, because that's a real good point. And one of the problems, the market being as hot as it is a lot of properties are selling higher than they'll appraise. And so it is, I think it's good with my background to explain to people up front, well, yeah, they're offering you this much, but if the appraisal comes back $20,000 less, we may not have a deal after all. So you got to keep your expectations in check. And a lot of times you got to look at offers that may not be the highest offer, but the highest one where they'll cover the difference between the appraised price and the final price, closing price. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Your honesty and your skills, I'm sure, complement your overall offering to your potential clients. So keep doing great stuff.
Yeah.
Any other
Thank
questions or comments for Paul? Okay, let's move on. Stacy Shamburger-Smith, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Don. Good evening, everyone. I am Stacy Shamburger-Smith with Tava Lifestyle, which is a global network marketing company that offers health and wellness products. We've also implemented travel credits and soon to be crypto. But today I'm going to talk about the health and wellness side. We currently have 4 products available on the market. We have a Vesely detox tea. The products are behind me, so you see in the background. We have a Vesely detox tea. We have a Ballet 30 liquid vitamin extract. We have a Flare energy capsule, as well as Capri CBD coffee. These products are helping so many people, and I'm just thankful and grateful to be used as a vessel to share the information with people and helping people to get more healthy and active lifestyle. I'm looking for anyone that's interested in joining my team. That's my goal. I'm working on trying to grow my team. You can contact me. I'm going to put my information in the chat. If you're ready to live a more happier, healthy lifestyle, want to earn some extra cash on the side without clocking into a time clock, then Tava Lifestyle is for you. I'm Stacy Shamburger-Smith with Tava Lifestyle.
All right. Thank you
That
so
double
much,
yay.
Stacy. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Stacy this evening? All righty. Thanks again, Stacy. Let's see, Jennifer Johnson, you are next up. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Not really, but yes, I will. I am ready. Yes, I am. It's nice to see everybody, and it seems like these weeks are flying by. I am Jennifer Johnson. I am the founder of TTR Networking, which, as Dawn said, has been around for a few years, actually about almost 11 years. I keep saying 10, and I used to say 10 before we were there. And now I'm like, why am I not saying 11? But we have been around for a while. And I'm also a relationship marketing coach. And basically, I just help you stay better. You just connect better, stay top of mind with your clients, prospects, referral partners. I mean, there are some just some basic tactics, tools, tricks, whatever, that, keep you top of mind and I am here to help you. Networking is definitely one of them. Meeting with a group on a regular basis like this, and masterminding and accountability and all of that is part of that. Today we had a meeting this afternoon. I just am looking at and I will just give you really, really quick, if I can throw that out there. Polly, I don't know, Dawn, you were on the call and I'm not sure. I think the things were, the video was stopping. So I was looking at this, the 5 C's
Oh, yeah.
of relationship marketing. I'm just going to throw that out there again, because it doesn't matter who you are or what tools you use. Social media is part of it. But it is also, that, it doesn't matter, sending cards, sending emails, text messages, phone calls, whatever it is. But the 5 C's are, and this is just, I would just throw this out. Anybody that you are trying to work with, or you want him as a trusted referral partner, these are ways to build that relationship. And it truly is. Number one is customizing the situation. So yes, you have to take the time to get to know individuals and learn what they, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing social media or you're doing, the good old fashioned send a card in the mail, but customizing the experience, you're complimenting, that's number 2. So customize, compliment, controlling the situation. So if you can come up with the tools or the processes or systems to do that, there are systems out there that help you do that. And most of us are using some kind of a CRM or something that allows us to, to send automated messages. Just showing you care, just to show you care. That's number 4. So it's customize, compliment, control, care. And then number 5 is consistency. And I would say that is one of the number 1 things. People join networking groups, people start doing something and they don't see a return on it right away. And they're like, well, this isn't working. And they stop doing it. And it's like, if you're not, in some cases, you may have to do it for a few years before people will actually, actually understand. And I know we all know it, but it takes like literally somewhere 7 to 12 times, I think, before people will actually trust you enough. I mean, touches wise, trust you enough to actually look at your product, let alone buy it. So, it's a hard job. People do, business and marketing and all of that, you can't get too upset. You have to just customize, compliment, control it, care, show people your care, and be consistent. And then you're going, you'll be successful. There is no shelf life on this whole thing. It is just, you have to do it. So some people don't have the patience. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there because I'm looking at the paper that we had, the 5 C's of relationship marketing. And I thought, throw that out there. So
Well, thank you.
I don't know.
That
Yeah.
was good stuff. That's why I asked Polly to repeat it. That I recorded that as well. But those are good ideas to have, to put your mind around, that really help when you're managing your business. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. I would definitely say everybody in this group is probably, I'm so tired of being consistent or, showing I care, but you never know that one, that you just have to continually do it. I'm sure Stacey has many stories about how many people she's, touched or reached out to on and she hasn't given up on them, I'm sure. So, it is what it is. It's work. If everybody could do it, they do it. It's not easy. So good job, everyone.
Thank you, Jennifer. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Jennifer Johnson at this time?
She didn't mention the stalking advice of search for people on Fast People Search.
There you go. Fast People Search. I've got that on my paper too. I don't know if anybody's, if we were talking about getting people's addresses, that's a great thing to point out. Fastpeoplesearch.com. I haven't tried anything. Have you tried any, Nancy?
No, I was gonna stalk this evening.
But it is, according to Polly, it's a great place to go. So, you know, if you're looking for somebody's address, I guess, and there's probably other information there too, I would assume. So I haven't tried it yet, Nancy. That's why I didn't say anything.
Okay. Well, we'll touch on it next week and see what
right.
results have been
Okay.
gleaned from that. All righty. Well, I'm left. I just want to share again. My name is Dawn Evans Casey. My company is Spa Travel, which is a full service travel agency. I've been in the business for about 6 years now. Was in corporate America and traveling all the time, experiencing both the good and the bad of travel. And a friend reached out to me and said, Dawn, you're traveling all the time. Why don't you get paid for it? And as I looked into it, I found a wonderful host company, went through training and got certified. And now I'm helping others have memorable and enjoyable travel experiences. I would love to help you or anybody that you know plan and book travel, whether it's for pleasure or for business, whether it's an individual or a group. I am happy to help with everything from car rentals, hotel reservations, cruises, international getaways, anything that you've got in mind, just give me a holler and I will research, provide you with some proposals and get you on your way. Additionally, I love to help people who are interested in getting into the travel industry. So if you know of anybody who is thinking about wanting to plan some travel in the future or thinking about getting into the travel business, please refer them to me, Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, I have a couple of other interests as well. With my love of chocolate, I am going to be soon kicking off a blog that is chocolate and health related. And I also love genealogy, reconnecting with family history and ancestral pasts, learning about cultures and identifying the stories that go with the people who came before us. So I share information on a Facebook page called Claiming Your Roots. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about genealogy, I would be happy to help. Additionally, like Jennifer, I am connected with the send out cards. So I think it is an excellent way to stay in touch with your with your current clients, potential clients, friends, family, acquaintances. And as we've mentioned before, success is all in the relationship development and maintenance, and not necessarily in the masses of people, the numbers of people that you can meet, but with success is in that relationship that you cultivate with trust and understanding and mutual benefit. So consider utilizing some type of a resource that makes sure that you stay front of mind to your customers and clientele, and just keeps your name aware, and so that you can stay in good contact and maintain those relationships. So that's about all for me. Let's see, what time are we at? 6:57. Okay, we've got some time still to talk about our professional development topic. Oh, I guess I should ask, were there any questions related to travel or any of the information that I shared that I could help with?
When you do your chocolate travel down to Southern Indiana,
Uh-huh.
would you do like just carpool down there, or would you do a bus depending?
Depending on the interest, I could offer a van for transportation, or that individuals can drive down themselves, perhaps do an overnight, do the chocolate tour, and just check out any other amenities and things that are in the area. So this is in Jeffersonville, Indiana, that is just over, it's on the Indiana side across from Louisville, Kentucky. So there's really quite a bit to do. Someone could make a day of it, an overnight event, or just make it a weekend excursion. So we'll see what the interest is.
Are you going to post that on your website, or where are you going to post it?
I am. I'm going to post it on my website and probably cross-post it in some other travel.
Okay, feel free. I'd like to post it too. See if you get some interest. It'd be different. It would be interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, our topic for April is accountability. And I know that each of us, I've had the opportunity to talk individually with our members and attendees to find out what types of accountability goals each of us have. I'd like at this time to open the floor and give an opportunity for everybody to give us an update on what's going on with their previously identified accountability goals, what type of progress you've made, and if there's anything, any way that we can offer assistance to help ensure future success. So anybody want to lead that discussion?
I'll start.
Okay.
And my goal was to have 10 transactions this year, my first year. And I've only had one, and I'm still working on the other 9. So I'm getting some clients, but I still have no other transactions to report. So I still got 9 more to go.
Okay. And is there something we can do to assist you?
Just
To help you?
again, anybody you can send my way that's looking for help. Obviously, I'm just looking to meet people and build relationships. And obviously, you know, I'm willing to go above and beyond. I'll help people for months and months figure out what they're doing and how to best get their house ready for market and all that other stuff. And then I'll help them do it when it's ready to go. So.
Super awesome, Paul. I was speaking to Paul at the beginning of the call and asked him to share his picture, and I'm going to develop a short bio and put that up on the Collaborating Connections page. So as that gets posted, feel free to share that information to other social media sites as well. So we're going to help Paul reach more people and hopefully get some robust referrals, connections out of that. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Well, for me, I think I forgot what my goal was.
It was around, it was publicizing the competition that you have going on in the month of April.
Yeah.
It was it? I thought it was growing my team.
That
was
too.
it, right?
That too. Growing your team and getting
The Shake It Off Challenge.
participants in that challenge. Yes. So how's it going?
10 daily, 50 to challenge.
Oh, you wrote it down.
I wasn't the only one that wrote it down.
Okay. Well, the Shake It Off Challenge today, what the day is, the 19th or the 20th? It's been rough, you know, because I'm having to do all this extra exercising, you know. And of course, eating, I've changed my eating habits, and I'm doing pretty good with that, even though on Easter Sunday I did grill, and you know, I didn't eat too much, but I did eat a little bit potato salad, a little baked bean, not too much, not like I used to. But then of course, yesterday morning, bright and early, I was detoxing all that stuff out of me. But yeah, I'm down 5 pounds, but I can definitely tell that I'm losing inches, more inches than pounds. So the TAVA support staff, when they select the winner, they are not just basing it on the amount of weight that you lost. They base it on, they said, the total body transformation. So hopefully when they look at these inches, you know,
All right.
they'll keep that in consideration. So the challenge is going to end April the 25th, and we're having a big meeting here in Atlanta on April the 30th, because they starting a tour. They're going to be touring several different cities and states. And they starting off here in Atlanta on April 30th, and that's when they're gonna announce the winner. And I've been sampling a lot, and I'm inviting a lot of people to come to this event, and hoping once they hear the information, you know, in front of all of our great leaders, they'll, you know, be interested in joining TAVA and joining my team. So yeah, I'm trying to invite everybody that I can think of and sample a lot of people and tell them about the meeting and invited them to the meeting. So hopefully with me doing all of that, that will, you know, help grow my team. So I'm just, like, everywhere I go, whether I'm at the gas pump, I'm talking to people.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, literally everywhere I go, at the gas, at the grocery store, I mean, at the post, wherever I go, I mean, I just strike up a conversation and let people know what I'm doing, you know, because a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yes.
They can't say nothing but no, I'm not interested, or yes, but most people are very receptive to at least listen and stuff, and you know, and I offer a sample, you know, most of them do say yes, they're interested in trying it. So I have gained some customers that way as well, and hopefully some business partners, you know. But you know, people want to try it first for a minute and then see how they really like it, what kind of results they get or whatever. But that's what I'm doing. That's my updates.
Have you been keeping count of how many people you're talking to or how many contacts you've made?
No, not really.
Well,
because like I say, because basically, like I said, when I go out, it just depends, you know, because some days I may not go anywhere or whatever too much. But on the days that I'm out and about, you know, everywhere I do go, I'm you know, talking to people. But I have actually not been keeping an actual head count or anything like that. Okay. I guess I shouldn't.
That's when you know, when you make it measurable and you actually, you know, look back to see your progress. It's one thing to think in your head, you know, I know that I'm talking, I know that I'm, you know, that there is some progress, but to actually see the numbers helps you realign or know, you know, am I in line with what my expectations? Do I need to step it up? Do I need to change anything? Or, you know, what's working really well? So that's why I just recommend to keep a tally to help you, you know, actually know where you are in your goals there.
Right. I appreciate that little tidbit.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next?
You didn't write down what I had written, what I was, did you?
No.
You didn't. What did you worth here? No, I'm just, I don't remember, because I think it was almost kind of, it was bigger than me at that moment when you were asking what I would want to be held accountable for. I don't know if I might have told.
I think you were, I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it was related to your music and making sure that things came together for you. Had maybe 2 different events or things planned for this summer.
And I said that was earlier that I've actually, I'm not doing too poorly on that. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I do have some, I think I've met the right musicians. Let me just say that. Haven't quite gotten it all together yet, but we're getting there. But the other thing I would just say is that I have been working with Linda Lewis on her whole, if you don't know about that, all of our members get the Profit Acceleration Roadmap you get that for free, but then, I mean, that's a value of like $1,000 if you, and it just points out a bunch of places that you could be making money that maybe you don't know you could be making money. And it's a wonderful eye-opening thing. But I started working with Linda right after that. And we are, I did that probably 7-8 months ago with the TTR, you know, all that we're doing. And it just blows my mind. Every week there's something new that I'm learning. And I'm getting there, but I think it's very hard for me to even really know how much more I have to. I mean, today I was watching a couple of videos about marketing, and you're like, really? There's all of this, you know, I mean, it's stuff that we know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, if I could ask anything of this group, the testimonial videos I mentioned earlier, but also if you know people out there that are looking for an organization that's like ours, it may not be that ours is right, but I would definitely invite them. I mean, we have had people, this group, not as many, but we've had people, Dawn, you probably remembered, and Nancy, maybe, you know, there have been people that were in between jobs who did not, you know, we're not a, what do you call it? A headhunter or anything. We're not that kind of thing, but you just never know who somebody knows that, you know, that might be that right connection. I've got stories where we've had people visit and they've been hired the next week by a company in our network that, you know, found out that they were looking, and it worked out that way. So, you know, if you know people, and then I'm saying, if you know somebody who's got a business, somebody who's just not connecting with, you know, just doesn't know where to go, and they've got a business, or they're very confused about what they should be doing, you know, it's this masterminding group thing that can really cause, I mean, not cause, but can create miracles. You know, the energy sometimes is just unbelievable, the things that can happen. So anyway, I'm working on all the marketing stuff. I cannot tell you exactly when that'll all be done, but I would just ask if everybody could, you know, just be out there looking. If you know, who do you know that needs a network? Maybe not this group, but another, you know, we've got a lot of them. So.
Oh yeah. And we help each other. We contribute to each other. This group does not exist, you know, on an island. As a part of the TTR Networking Group, as I was mentioning earlier, we can visit other groups and we can help other professionals in other groups. So if we find an opportunity to do that, we certainly should attempt to do so.
That's what I would definitely just remind. I know I already said it, but please, you know, if you're available on those days that we have those events, get out and meet some other people, because other organizations are part of that, but our members will be, you know, there, so you can meet other people. Yep. You know, so that's, anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Cool. All right. Who haven't we heard from? Nancy, did you update us on your presentations?
No, I've got my books. I started making notes on what I wanted, and I think about you every day because I'm thinking, oh, she's gonna ask. She's gonna ask. So it's like,
of course.
I started barely, but I have started, and I'm getting a jump on it because that's what I need to do. And it's because you, Dawn. It's like, I don't want her to say I don't have anything. I have just a little on all three of them. I knew I'd do it. I should just pick one and work on one for a good week and then go to the next one, because doing a little on everyone is not going to get any one of them done.
I like that strategy. Get one out of the way, feel accomplished, celebrate, and move on to the next.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to switch to.
Is there anything that we can do to help you?
No, just be out there thinking about it.
Okay. Because you know, yes, I will ask. Okay, well, if there's anything we can do to help, you be sure and let us know. Robert Haley, I see that you've joined us. Thank you for being a part of Collaborating Connections tonight. Do you want to, can you update us, introduce yourself and your business and update us on your accountability goals progress?
Yeah, Robert Hailey, First Home Bank, mortgage banker. I do loans in all 50 states. My goal is really to assist clients to home purchase or home just to consult. Anything there itself. My goals, two things. One, I was basically I'm on my stationary bike every day for an hour. So that's going well. So that's, I think I ran it last night. I rode it for an hour and a half. So goal is again, when the weather breaks, once winter is over, we finally, hopefully, no more snow. I'd be taking it outside, running outside. It's not a cold weather runner. As far as meeting clients, like I say, do a Facebook. I call at least five potential realtors today, and as well as we've been doing some workshops with them, so that's good there, and then as well as networking with them as well. So I've been so consistent every day. So because especially it's a tough market at the moment right now because the rates have a rise, and as well as the inventory in the market is pretty tight. So you have to be organically trying to think outside the box on how to create a client and partnership, which I have a partnership with a insurance person. He and I are working together there, where he's sending me at least 3 leads a day. And all he wants is basically just the insurance part of the business for it. So that's where I'm at today.
All right. Is there anything that we can do to assist you in your goals progress?
Basically just one, continue to ask, so that's one thing, and two, anyone to realtors, it's a person that maybe that we can partner up, collaborate with, send them over.
Awesome. Will do. And I'm an optimist by nature. I know that Mother Nature does intend to bring us actual spring weather sometime soon.
Hopefully.
It's when we had the snow and frost on the ground just yesterday morning, I was completely deflated, but yeah, it dissipated. I believe that the weather is going to get warmer, and you're going to have the opportunity to get out there and do your runs outside. So
yeah, so
keep us posted.
Just crazy weather.
Yeah,
I believe Mother Nature. The winter won't stay around forever. Just that I don't like riding the cold. That's all.
Yeah.
I could get out there, but I got the attire. I just don't like running the cold. It's just I can run in the cold, but just the cool down what kills me. Like, ugh.
All righty. I will share with the group my accountability goals were around the development and implementation with my new website and blog for Cheerful Chocolate Spirit. And Nicole Williams has been my accountability partner for that, helping me develop my blog and think of all of the details involved with kicking off that new endeavor. So I can report in the past week, I have completed my logo, consulted with a company that is going to create a link for a store where I can have logoed products available for sale as part of my website. Let me see. I had talked to Bryn today about, the best conditions under which to to either stay a sole proprietorship or move that into an LLC business format. And we'll be working with the Greener Still Send Out Cards business to initiate the development of the website that will be associated with it. So whereas my kickoff date is May 15th, which is National Chocolate Chip Day, which apropos for cheerful chocolate spirit. I believe I am on track and will continue to be touching base with Nicole and others to confirm details and develop a tight schedule to make sure that I get everything done by that time. But as of right now, I'm feeling good about it. Let me see, was there something else that I think that my accountability goals were generally around that. But I can add now the focus on developing this chocolate festival trip for the spa travel side of my business. I'm going to be working on that and hopefully be able to post something on the website within the next couple of days. So that's me. I did mention that I wanted our discussion today to be about accountability communication. So there were some notes that I had that I wanted to share with you all and welcome your thoughts on these things as well. So the first was about communicating with yourself about your accountability and that you are your own best partner for accountability. And that's something that you can schedule daily, every other day, or weekly, depending on what you find works best for your style. You can rehash what your goals are, indicate what you've accomplished, so take the time to celebrate your progress as you go. Determine if you need to recalibrate if necessary. And focus on not beating yourself up if you fail to make any of your goals or deadlines. But it's important to be honest with yourself. Don't make excuses. You have to understand that you learn from your own failures. And the most important piece is to keep going. As you are communicating with yourself about your progress and your accountability, write stuff down. You can either write it or do an audio recording, and you can set alarms or reminders of tasks as there are due dates to help keep yourself accountable. So I don't know if anybody has a routine of having their own personal accountability checkup with themselves, either on a daily basis or less frequently, to kind of rehash what are your goals, where you're at, and what you need to do going forward. Does anybody want to share any experience with that?
Say it again, Dawn. I'm sorry. One more time.
Does anyone have a routine of having an accountability discussion or conversation with themselves? And do you want to share how that goes? How you implement it, what you do, and any benefits that you've gotten out of it?
When I have events that I know are happening and put them on my calendar and then check them off, it helps, it motivates me to find another thing to put on my calendar to check off to get closer to the completion. And it's something little, but I found it really does help if I, maybe block out half hour for some work around my project, check it off when I finished it. And then it's like, then I might go over a half hour because I'm like into it. but it does help me to stay motivated and stay on track.
I agree. I personally find it very satisfying to be able to check something off as completed. And I take the time to celebrate, do my little happy dance, have a piece of chocolate. Uh, it's all my own little personal celebration, but that's beneficial. And then for a lot of people, it's part of a daily routine, whether they do it first thing in the morning or last thing before they go to sleep at night, is to kind of look back over their day and think about what they did complete, what still needs to be done tomorrow. It's kind of an organizational skill as well as accountability skill. So very good.
That's a recap. I do a recap of my day every day, every nighttime. So looking at what I've done, what I need to move forward, and also starts my day off by looking at reviewing what I'm going to do in the first thing in the morning, or what I need to add to, or shift before my day gets started. So that's every night you do that. I do that. So
cool. Very good. The next item that I had was about accountability with your accountability partner. That is a trusted person, either a mentor-mentee relationship or a partner that is each of you are equally accountable for goals and achievement, or you may kind of take turns discussing and focusing on one person at a time or per session. Kind of like the mastermind sessions where you focus, you clarify the goals or the needs, and then you offer some ideas for improvement or change, or just the motivation to keep going. You can always determine what frequency works best, but it's important when you're involved with another person, an accountability partner or a mentor, that you do commit to it, that you do show up for it. And of course, emergencies happen, or you may need to reschedule, but it's important to make it more of a routine activity, something that you can rely on, and to make sure that the progress is continuous. In those discussions, you can talk about what has been accomplished, what or how you can utilize some assistance to make sure that you get to your goal. It's important to be honest, insightful, helpful. Discuss what you've learned along the way as you are pursuing completion of those goals. As I mentioned earlier, you learn from failures. You learn from when things don't always go right. And it's good to kind of verbalize what that is, what that experience was. How did you feel? What would you do different? What do you know now that you didn't know before? Again, there's another opportunity to take notes that you can refer back to make sure that you've covered all the bases, and to put some measurable goals and actions in place. And the last one I wanted to talk about was communication of accountability with your community. And the community can be inclusive of clients, friends, and observers. So this topic was more or less to make you aware that you are accountable all the time. There are people that observe your actions and your fulfillment of your promises and goals, even when you're not realizing it. It could be through social media. It could be through word of mouth shared about you or your business. So recognize that it is up to you to toot your own horn. Honestly, of course, but make sure that you let people know what your what your goals and accomplishments are, what you are promising to fulfill and accommodate on their behalf. And you can actively ask for their feedback and ideas and referrals, and you can incentivize that. So accountability to your community is really a wide spectrum that you need to be mindful of, and that there is plenty for you to glean from it as well. Your business reputation is on the line, as well as just noting that people may share wonderful things about you if you're doing a great job. So pursuing the wow in every business relationship should easily be our goals as business owners and managers. So I'll open the floor again. Does anyone have any comments on accountability with their mentors or accountability partner, or accountability within a community?
I have a accountability partner. He and I have been together for almost a year, more 2 years now. We meet once every week to make sure what we're doing is what we're on target, to have discussions about what's going on with it. Well, also we share ideas, what we're doing, what's working, what's not working, if any certification we need to do that's out there for us, as well as any doing some presentations. We may do some drive rounds of presentations. So he and I, and then we be very frank about what's going on, what's working, what's not working, because that's when it works. It's being accountable to that. So we share, and we do business plans. We share business plans as well. So therefore, we both know where we stand, what's going on, what we're trying to accomplish. And sometimes we talk every other day. Sometimes just say, hey, the day's going great. Sharing good things going great, as well as sharing when it's an ugly day, as they say, not so great. So we do share those things. So.
Awesome. I like that. I wrote down the key words that you shared about being frank. Being honest is one thing about sharing what's real, but being frank is, again, that's something that happens in a trusted relationship, where you can speak honestly, knowing that you're not stepping on toes or hurting feelings, but that what you're verbalizing to the other is supposed to be helpful and for their good, and with the intention of providing benefit and value to them. So I really like that word. And I like that you share your business plans. So it's more or less someone gets the opportunity to understand what it is you are trying to accomplish in your business. Not just one piece of it, but more or less from a holistic approach, what you intend for your business. And that's really helpful, because knowing someone's business plan, their mission, their vision, their goals really helps more fine tune that motivation, that support, that those contributions of recommended improvements and help. So I think those are two really good points that you shared there, Robert. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Don, I just would like to say, I'm not sure if it's related or not, but for me, whenever I have clients that purchase products from me, I always follow up with them after maybe like 7 to 10 days, just to see how things are going. And I always let them know, even when they purchase initially, that if they have any questions for me, that they can call me to ask me anything whatsoever related to the products. And as far as my team, the people that are directly up under me already, I actually just this week, I'm reaching out to all of them, because we have like a group chat for my team, reaching out to all of them to see what their individual goals are and how I can help them because a lot of them may not, be interested in building their own team. They might just want to be retailers, meaning or get the product at wholesale prices. So I'm reaching out to each one of them individually to see exactly what their goals are and how can I can help them, or maybe if I need to speak to someone that's above me, how we can, work together to make sure that they achieve whatever their goals are. And just let them know that I'm there for them. So that's what I'm doing right now, reaching out to each one of my individual team members to see what their goals are and what can I do to help them get to the next level, if they're interested in growing and building a team as well. So that's what I'm working on right now.
That's great. So you're implementing your own type of accountability program within your team, where you're taking the time to understand what each person wants and needs out of their business. And then the support that you give them will be more tailored to help them be successful, rather than just applying a blanket one size fits all to everybody.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Anybody else? All righty. Well, I hope that you have heard, experienced, tapped into something useful in our accountability discussions tonight. And of course, I want to encourage everybody to follow up with one-on-ones with each other, keep encouraging and supporting each other, take the time to get to know each other and build those relationships so that we can continue to provide those robust referrals and make connections with wonderful potential clients. Keep in mind accountability for the month of April. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Jennifer Johnson or myself. And I'm going to look forward to seeing each of you again next Tuesday evening for more professional networking with collaborating connections. Does anyone else have any final words before we close out tonight? All right. Well, have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm hoping for warm weather, and stay safe, stay happy. Talk to you all soon.
Thanks, Dawn.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.